Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at the Penguin Lair from the Legends of Batman Imaginext line. I just picked this up at Toys R Us. They still have all their crazy sales going on as part of their liquidation. So I got this 40% off. It was normally $35 for this set, but it was about $20-21 with the 40% off, so can't go wrong with that. Very cool. I'm very excited about this. You have this pretty neat playset over here. You get a penguin, you get a launcher, you get a Batman, you get one of these cool bat cycles, the little penguin, which I think is adorable, and then you get this kind of ice version of Clayface, which is pretty neat. I never had the original Clayface figure, and he is very rare now, goes for a lot, but I'll take an ice version, so that's really cool. Kind of standard open packaging here. Obviously, some of the stuff is kind of carded to the back. Not really anything going on there. Bottom is not really that exciting, nor are the sides, but we'll take a look at the back. Will the penguin lock Batman away in his icy lair? Or will Batman escape on his motorcycle only to run into a snow monster? Kids can create the coolest adventures, helping the Caped Crusader escape the clutches of the penguin. Will the snow monster take a bite out of Batman? Snow way to know for sure. That's up to the kids' imaginations. So they love their puns as part of the descriptions, and I also enjoy the puns. So it just shows off some of the features here. You have the launcher, you have the Batman motorcycle, can also fire a projectile. Snow monster, there's a jail cell, because of course there's always a jail cell. Then they have this Crime Alley playset, which I also really want to get. Batgirl helicopter, Batwing, and then this Killer Croc 4x4, which I also picked up today. They had this also for 40% off, so I decided to pick that up. It turns out this is what was repainted and retooled into the Jurassic Park 4x4 that comes with Dr. Alan Grant. So similar, very similar mold. Obviously no boat, no little Crocs, but very cool. I love the paint job on this. And then over here we have this really neat DC Super Friends kind of, group shot photo with the Batcave, Legion of Doom headquarters, Hall of Justice. I really wish I could find a Legion of Doom. That's really, really cool. I think that's neat. So yeah, that is it for the back of the packaging. We'll go ahead, get everything out of here so we can take a closer look. So this is everything you get here in this amazing set. I really am enjoying this quite a bit. I think you really get a lot of stuff here for your value. Taking a look at the minifigures first, we're going to zoom in here on the Penguin. I really like this version of the Penguin. I love that his monocle is just painted on his face. I think that's absolutely hysterical, but they did a great job with it. His head cannot move, but I love his top hat with a purple stripe. He's got normal shoulder articulation for Imaginext figures. His wrists can swivel at the glove. And then, of course, he can bend at the waist. But I love these kind of pinstripe pants. Really, really awesome there. I love that. I think they did a great job with the Penguin. He looks really cool, in my opinion. Next up, we have this Batman. He's got this crazy armor, which I really like. But then he's got this blue cape, which is a nice pop of color. I really applaud this decision. I think the blue and the black look really neat together. Plus, you have that little bit of yellow. But if it was another black cape, I feel like it would have just got lost. But I really do like the idea to make it blue. And as you can see, mine has this kind of little tag at the bottom, which is a little weird, but what are you going to do? But it's a nice cloth cape. I like that. He has standard articulation at the shoulders, wrists, and waist. And then he's got this yellow bat, which I think is pretty cool. So a nice version of Batman. I like that. I always like when they're a little different. Then you have this Bat motorcycle, or the Bat Pod. This reminds me of what he used in The Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan movie with Christian Bale. I think that's kind of what they're going for. But it's pretty cool. So basically what you do is you take him, you put his arms out, and you can see they have these tabs, or really large pegs here on the side. So you kind of stand his feet here, and then you just kind of slide his arms onto these pegs. And he just kind of rides it like that. Now you can see there's a spot here for this projectile, which has the really nice yellow eyes painted on there. So you go ahead and pop that in. And I think that looks great. They did a nice job of integrating it into the bike. It's not so much like forward removed from the rest of the bike that it doesn't feel like it's part of it. And then to fire it, you have this little button here on the side. And it fires very well. So they did a really nice job with that. Oops, I almost put it in upside down. I guess technically you could put it in upside down. There's really nothing stopping you. Oops, Batman's going to fall off for a second. Oh, maybe you shouldn't put it in because it won't fire. Whoa, no, it'll still fire. But I'm going to continue to put it in the right way. But I like this. It's a fun little vehicle. It's, you know, there's not a ton to it, but I appreciate it. And I enjoy its inclusion in this set. I feel like he falls off it easily. I really thought his hands would kind of grip to the pegs more. Maybe if I turn them around at the wrist. Whoop. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish that these were a little bit more secure. But other than that, it's still a pretty cool vehicle. Not really sure why that just fired out on its own. There we go. Still working. So, here is the motorcycle slash Batpod. I think it looks pretty cool. And again, you have the same color scheme as the Batman figure, so it really works well. So, okay. Apparently I have angered this spring in here by putting it in. But see, there's really no reason it shouldn't work because it looks exactly the same. When you look at the two sides of the missile, it's identical. But the spring is apparently kind of loose because it likes to fire on... I mean, it still fires well. It honestly might even just be that the button on here on the side is not that great. I'm surprised. I don't usually have trouble with Imaginext firing mechanisms. So I'm going to just leave the missile off to the side for now so it doesn't fire off again on its own. But I guess be wary of that. But I still think it's a fun toy. I still think the motorcycle works. And the projectile still fires. Just maybe only put it in when you're ready to actually fire it. So we're going to put that off to the side for a moment. And we'll take a look at some more figures here. We have the tiny little penguin. I love this guy. I think they did a great job with his eyes. He has kind of like an annoyed look to him that just really makes me laugh. He has no posability, unfortunately. A little bit softer plastic for the flippers and the feet. But still, he looks fantastic. I kind of wish there were two. I feel like two would be a good number, but I'll take at least one. Really, really enjoy the penguin here. Kind of wish his beak was painted also. Kind of wish his beak was the same color as his feet, but what are you going to do? Either way, really love the penguin. Putting him off to the side, the last figure we have is the large ice monster. Now this is a repaint of Clayface. Obviously just molded out of white plastic instead of tan or gray. I guess he was tan, right? Beige, whatever color you want to say. And then he has really cool purple eyes, which I enjoy. His articulation, the arms can move all the way around. And then the legs can move, and they are independent of each other, which I think is really cool. So unlike the smaller figures, you can move just one leg. And of course, you can open them up, and the figures fit inside. And he's eating the figures. Now, Batman with his pointy ears is a little difficult, but someone like the Penguin, he should be able to eat fairly easily. I guess Penguin is a little bit wider in stature. It just makes me laugh. Very fun. So I was kind of hoping that the set would include the arm attachment for the mallet that Clayface came with, but no such luck. But still very cool to have. Still really enjoy this frost monster, snow monster, or whatever you like to call him. I think he's very cool. So let's put those figures off to the side for a moment so we can take a closer look at the playset itself. Now we have this launcher, which is, it comes separately, but it's technically part of the playset. So it comes with 3 discs, as you can see, and you can store extra ones on this little spool up here, which is really nice. And I can't really tell what's supposed to be on these. I guess it's like stalactites or stalagmites, depending on which way you turn it. I don't know. I wonder if they were repurposed from something else. That's my guess, but I don't really know exactly what they're supposed to be. But the launcher is very cool. It just uses friction, so there's no spring gimmick in here, which means it should really never break, unlike the Bat motorcycle, which is already shooting out the missile whenever it feels like. You just pop this in, and you can see when you do that, it pops that back. And then you just use friction to, it's clicked into two pieces of plastic. So the launcher, the disc goes into the launcher, and then you're squeezing these to flick it out like that. So that's all this is doing. So you take this, you push it forward, and it flings the disc out. And it really flings it well. I really do like the job that it does. I think you can, I mean, it depends how, you know, with what force you push it in. But as long as you use any kind of force, it really does fling it in pretty well. And I do appreciate that you can hold the two extras on top here. Very nice. So you can see this ball, which is part of a ball joint, which will connect right here. Now, I've been looking around on the playset to see if there's multiple places. It definitely is meant to go right there. I don't see anywhere else that it can connect. And we'll take a better look at all the different parts of the playset in a minute. But I have seen this with other Imaginext sets where the ball joint is kind of universal. So if you have launchers or accessories like this from other sets, you can mix and match them. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and push this in. And it's a bit of a tight fit, but then once it's in there, now it's very much like a ball joint so that it can move around like this. And I like how it has kind of the icicles molded onto it. I think that's a really nice touch as well. Unfortunately, it takes up a lot of the room on this platform, so you can't get a heck of a lot more going on. I like to pretend that the penguin is firing, and not the penguin, this smaller penguin is working the launcher when Batman's around, so he can clearly navigate around and, you know, make sure. And I really appreciate the fact that they've built in on the back here these steps, because you're thinking to yourself, hey, how am I going to get up to this platform? Well, there's steps. Boom, 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 boom. And now it's time to activate the launcher and shoot at Batman. So very cool. Let's turn around. Let's start on the first floor here. So you have this wonderful The Penguin sign, which I always think is funny with supervillains and their hideouts. They like to advertise their name large. Not so much of a secret hideout, but still very neat. And then you have this open area down here, which is kind of like a cave. I love all of this ice. You have this kind of purple paint shaded onto this ice here to really give it a depth effect and really looks nice, very ice-like. You have this little hole cut out here. So I like this a lot. You know, you can kind of have Batman's trying to find a way into the cave or the secret lair of the penguin. You know, you can fit figures down here. Really looks great. You can have your penguins if you get more than one. I think there are other sets that have penguins. I'll have to look into it. But very cool. All the figures can fit down there. Unfortunately, the ice figure cannot. He is too big. He cannot reach in there. But it is very cool. I like this. There's a lot of cool stuff. You can have people hide out in here. You can have a battle take place in here. You could have Batman fall backwards through the back. All kinds of things. I meant to do that. That was scripted. So anyway, you can have the penguin in here. You can have Batman. They can have a fight in there. There's room to fit a couple figures in there. So that's really cool. I like that. Now this looks like the main doors to the hideout. So you think, oh, Batman's like, oh, this seems really easy. I'm going to come in here. This seems to be the way in. Oh no, the doors have shut behind me. And now I'm locked in jail. It was all a trap. It was a trick. Should have come in through the cave as usual. But yeah, so you do have this jail cell. And you can open that up just like this. There's a tiny little tab here on the floor that tells it when to stop. So that is the door to the cage. So obviously you open this up. You can put whatever figures you like inside in jail. Lock them in there. They are stuck in jail. Now again, I know what you're thinking. Hey, you know, if I'm in jail, why can't I just open through the doors in the back? I kind of thought the same thing at first. It seems a little weird to have the main entrance, or what seems to be the main entrance, lead directly into the jail. But I think that's like a trap. I think you're supposed to have Batman think, oh, this is the door. I'll walk right in. And then it slams shut and locks behind him. And now he's in jail. So he has to figure out a way to get out. You can just open the door. And so now he's out. He wants to go up these stairs. He wants to see what's going on the top floor. He has to encounter this launcher up here. Let's go ahead and let's check out the top floor. So I like to think of this as kind of like Penguin's command center up here in the top floor. It has this Imaginext power pad, which when you spin this, you can see the piece in the middle spins. And also, if I tilt this down, you can see this big propeller on the top spins. Now, I don't know exactly what that gets you, but it's neat. It's kind of cool. You can see it's definitely an older Imaginext panel because there's no foot peg. There's no giant eye for Imaginext symbol on there. So that kind of makes me think this is a older set repurposed. I think it was one of the earlier Batman Mr. Freeze sets that they've kind of repurposed for the set. But I still think it's very cool. I like this computer screen with the keyboard back here, this terminal. I really wish there was a picture on here, though. I feel like there should be a sticker that they could have put on that little section. And I really think that that would have been nice. Like, I love this penguin sticker on the front. Maybe just show, like, you know, Batman approaching on the bike or something like that. But you can have Penguin up here. He can type on there. Get into this. Spin this. Get that spinning. And then over here you kind of see it's a bit of a fence, and this can fall down. So, you know, it's kind of neat because it has, like, I believe it's kind of a dual purpose. It's a fence, but at the same time, it's piping. And you can see there's two gauges here and, you know, a couple of, like, valves to shut off. But I'm assuming, you know, if you have Batman, you know, he finally makes it up here and he needs to fight him and he can kick him. Boom! And he falls out. Boom! He's down. Batman has won the day. So I think that's cool. It's just a very simple feature, but it's fun and I like it. You have this piece over here near the launcher. I guess this is just an accent piece. I don't really think that does much, but it's nice. It's a nice pop of color. It's like I said, it's an accent piece. I think that's pretty cool as well. And then again, you have another one up here leading to the fan, which of course spins from that. So all in all, I think this is a pretty cool little playset. I really think, especially now at Toys R Us for 40% off, it's really worth the value. I think it's really quite fantastic for the value. You know, for around $20, you get this fun little playset, which has some cool features: doors, jail cell, launcher, spinning fan. You have the pipe bridge that kind of falls down. You get the ice monster. You get 3 figures here with Penguin, Batman, and the Penguin. You get the Bat pod / motorcycle with the missile that fires. Hopefully yours is less finicky than mine and doesn't fire on its own. But I think it's a tremendous value, especially, like I said, I mean, honestly, for $30 or $35, whatever it originally was, I still think that's a pretty good deal. Because honestly, this guy was sold by himself, albeit in a different color scheme, for around $7 to $8. This is kind of sold now as a set for $7 to $8. And I could easily see the Penguin with the Penguin. I keep... the Penguin with a Penguin minion. Let's call him Penguin Minion. There you go, just to stop the confusion. So, Penguin with his Penguin minion and this playset, I could easily see $15 to $20 of value just in that. So, when you have two $7 sets plus a $20 value, there's your $35. Makes sense. But to get all this on sale now for $20, absolutely, definitely worth it in my opinion. I think there's a lot of playability here. There's a lot of fun. You basically have everything you need to set up a fun scene. Kids are going to love it. You have your villain. You have, you know, your ice minion. You have Batman with a vehicle. This playset has a lot of nice features. The only thing, if I had to really nitpick something, and again, it's very minimal, I really wish there was a sticker for that screen, the computer screen in the back. I love that terminal there. I think that's a really great small addition that can add a lot of play value. I just wish it had like a sticker or something on it, just so... I mean, you could probably get your own sticker, or maybe there's a sticker from another set you could find and put that on there yourself to customize a little bit. Otherwise, I think this is an absolutely fantastic set and definitely worth the value. Go to your Toys R Us, 40% off. Absolutely worth it. I can't say enough. $20, $21 for this set is a fantastic deal. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at the Penguin's Lair from the Legends of Batman Imaginext line. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.